structs come in a lot of different formats. There's vectors, rotators, transforms, all of those are structs, and you can make your own. Simply right click, go blueprints, and create a structure. My cool struct. Okay, so then you can add as many variables as you want of whatever type you want, name them, and use them in the editor. I have one right here that has a few cool variables. And let's see how we can use this. So in this actor right here, the class, I've got a couple of situations. Now structs are not objects. They are just packets of data, and you cannot share them around the same way you can an object. They're just data. They are not a reference to a single object. Now, if you wanted to set a struct, you could always just set it like this. You can always go set and then go make custom struct, whatever the name is of your struct. And you can fill out the data like this, okay? That's great. But what if you wanted to just set one of these elements? Because maybe somewhere else you're setting the like videos or the location of the car keys and you want to just set did subscribe. Well, that's convenient that you asked that question, because that's exactly what we're about to do. We have the set members in whatever struct. So by default, it has no variables, okay? And then you go over here and you select what you want. And you can see we can just set a single variable, or we can set all of them at once. But this gives us a controlled way of setting just one thing and not completely obliterating the data. Okay, so once you've set the data, you may want to get that data somewhere else. And that's where splitting structs comes in. Now if you were to right click on the little pin right here and click split struct pin, you get all the variables in line with the thing. And this works inside of functions and everything. So for example, if we were to get actor location and we wanted to just get the Z, since it's a struct, we can right click on the pin, split struct pin, and get that Z value. I like to break vectors, but it can be convenient just to split them. You get a little finicky to look at, but if you were to split the struct pin of the vector variable, see, we get all those different values. And then you can recombine the pins as long as nothing's connected to them and return it back to normal. And so it's just another way of doing things. Now, breaking structs is the way to do it most of the time if you need to get a lot of the data. So just drag off from any struct and type in break. Boom, you got it. That's all you need. And you get all the variables here. Now, if you notice, this one right here only has did subscribe. So how did we do that? Well, you can just click on that and uncheck all the pins you don't want. Or, you know, if you're only using this very one right here, and we click on this, let's say we have these 3 pins, just hit hide unconnected pins. Cleans up your graph, looks real nice. I recommend doing that whenever possible, because sometimes a struct can get long, and I wish, as you can see, a struct like this doesn't have the option over here, so I wish it did. All of this works for your blueprint structs and even your C++ structs that you make in your classes. Very handy, and you can keep things a little more organized like this.